Hello, everyone. It is so good to be with you today. I'm Michelle Merrix with the Mindful Her Woman, and I'm here at WCTV. Today, we are going to discuss your mindset and your growth. And what version of you are you working towards? And what I mean by that is we all think of ourselves as, oh, one day I'll do this, or we picture ourselves, we have an image of ourselves of growing, having growth, what we have looked for in our life. Or I was on a phone call with a client today, and okay, that year, then what did you see yourself like in 5 years, or how life grows? And then you have a family, and there are achievements you wanted to make. Maybe you wanted to become a nurse, and then you eventually became a nurse. So today is, again, we're talking about your mindset and growth and the version of you. What are you working toward? What is it that you're doing to grow? I always tell everyone, I want to continue growing here on this earth until I can no longer think, no longer do anything anymore, to my last day here. I want to continue to learn and continue to grow. So today is more kind of about contemplation. And when I ask you questions, this gives you the opportunity to sit down and contemplate a bit about where you are and what it is that you still want. What do you want to achieve in your life? So contemplation, let's describe that version of you. Who is she? Who is she? What does she look like? Let's describe her. How does she walk into a room? Are you walking into a room now the way that you want to? Being that better version of yourself, or the bigger version of yourself that you see? Do you feel confident when you walk into that room? How do you feel? Do you stand up straight? Do you feel like, I belong here? Most definitely, I belong here. This is how I feel. Or are you someone who wants to work on that? Contemplate about what that is. Are you, or is she, that better version of you? Is she creating boundaries for herself? Is she dating? Does she have boundaries with friends? What about coworkers? How about the boss? Do you have a boundary there? Are you picking up the phone for your corporation or where you work and you don't really want to be picking up the phone? Set a boundary. Boundaries are very important in our life. The more boundaries that we fill, the more freedom that we have, the more ease, our nervous system. So what does that better version of yourself, or that version that you are working towards, what does she look like? What's that image? Does she set the boundaries? Is she confident? How does she walk into a room? Is she showing up for herself? Is there something that you see that person, and I say this as like a third person, I want you to look at yourself as if here's this image of what I've always wanted to work towards, or what I want to work towards now. I've achieved this much of who I am. Now I want to achieve more of who I am. And as I'm doing that, am I showing up for that person that I want to be? How am I showing up? Am I being consistent in my life? Is she leading her life with love? And I ask that because we do talk about emotional intelligence and emotional maturity. And on this show, we are going to talk about that more. So talking about, are you leading your life with love? Do you find that maybe you're angrier than you'd like to be? maybe something irritates you, or you can emotionally feel yourself getting upset or mad with something, or something makes you nervous. And are we showing up with love? And what I mean by that is when you have a situation or in a relationship, again, any relationship, that could be spouse relationship, your children, your siblings, your parents, what have you. Are you coming from a place of love when we talk to them about something that maybe bothers us, or we want to set a boundary, but we don't want to come at someone at them. We want to talk with them. We want to talk with them. That's just like responding or reacting. Is that other version, or the biggest version of you, how are they treating others that way? Are you coming from love? Are you reacting, or are you responding? How is your emotional intelligence, your emotional maturity? Which, again, we're looking at it is she. What happens is if you look at just yourself and you're like, okay, I will skip out on that. But if you're looking at as someone else, how does that person need to be treated? They're a great person. Think of your kids, what you would do with your own kids. You look at them and say, yes, I want the best for her. I want the best for him. You should be also wanting the best for your version that you're working towards, your better self. And when I say better self, that's when you want to achieve something for you and for yourself. And be that better person. Have better self-care, have better self-love. But how are you showing up? How are you showing up for that better looking version? And if you can remember, Matthew McConaughey did a great speech on that at an awards, and I think it was a Grammy, but he stood there. He's been known for that, and you'll see it if you're on social media over and over. And he's saying, I always looked at that better version of myself. And you set that in your mind. It's a mindset. And if you also look at something in hindsight, how many people have had great achievements in life have said, in my mind, it's already done. It's already done. All I have to do is do the work to get to where I want to be, but it's already done. It's a complete mindset, and that will help your growth. So as you're looking at this person who you are, do you celebrate? Do you celebrate her? Do you celebrate yourself? That version who you want to be, are you celebrating who you are? Sometimes we grow up here in a society that some people will be put down for celebrating achievement in their life. No, that is not the way it's supposed to be. We are supposed to celebrate, it's supposed to celebrate who we are. What we've done, it's an achievement. It doesn't matter to me how small that achievement is, celebrate it. And life is that journey, that it's small steps that get you to where you want to be. We did not go from first grade to 12th grade in 6 weeks. We didn't do that. It was a growth pattern, and it was a journey. And you're still growing as an adult into that person that you want to be. Even in your 70s, you may think, who do I want to be in my 70s? What do I want my life to look like? And that's what we want to do. How are you making those daily decisions? That better version of yourself, if you look over in thought, if you look over and say, how am I doing daily decisions for this better version? How is she getting good daily decisions from me? Am I being smart in those decisions? Am I thinking about before I make decisions? Do I think before I speak? That can make a big difference in your relationships as well. So it's a set mindset, and then that's where your growth also comes from. And again, in the journey, build on small intentional choices. Be intentional in your life to be that version that you're working towards of being. And I always love, here at the studio, John and I have had discussion. He's a great bowler. And we talk about bowling, that's a sport, any sport that anyone is in. How am I growing to really be that best version of who I want to be? How am I growing? How am I improving? How am I showing up for my greatness? How am I doing this? What I want you to do today is contemplate that. Contemplate on this, version of who you want to be, and do the steps to get there. And I'm sorry, yes, we talked about overnight transformation. It doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time, steps at a time. What happens is when people make change in their life, there's a why. The why in your life is the biggest driving force of any kind of change in a person's life. Becoming that version that you want to be of yourself. That's how it happens. You have a why. Why do I want to feel more confident when I walk in a room? Why do I need boundaries in my life? Where have I let people take advantage of me? And now I need to be confident enough and feel good enough to set boundaries. Again, maybe that's in the workplace. Maybe that's with family. Maybe that's with friends. And this is life. It's the journey, right? It takes commitment. It takes commitment from you with action, which is also then with consistency. Any kind of change that we are making to be that version of ourselves that we want to be, you have to have a why. You have to be committed and committed to taking action, and then you must do it consistently. And that's how change happens. That's how when people live and they say, it's already done. I see that vision, it's already done. All I have to do is do what it takes to get there. Your mind is set and you're committed. I hope that you get to contemplate today on things that we have talked about here. Contemplation, reflection is so good. You sit down by yourself in your own time and reflect. Reflect about where your life is, that version of you. Take the time to do that and just become that better version of who you want to be. It's amazing to watch people walk into their success and their achievement. And even if it's that all my life I want everything to be very calm as possible, that's what we want for you. So I appreciate your contemplation and reflection today. I welcome it. Please join me. You will see at the end here, I am on Facebook under Michelle Merrix. And again, I'm with the Timeless Her Woman. Oh, I'm sorry, the Timeless Her Woman was a masterclass. I'm with the Mindful Her Woman. And you can see about that masterclass, by the way, on time. It's a very successful class. If you are looking to really optimize your time, we'd love to have you. And the class is open for joining. We have started, but it's open to join. There are all the replays, and it's a lifetime access as well. Would absolutely love to have you. And again, you can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. And I would just love to see you, have you join us, and you can see on lives and things here. But my favorite place to be is here, the Mindful Her Woman with WCTV. Thank you, and I wish you a wonderful, wonderful day. Enjoy.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.